Good morning and welcome to Valley Views. I'm your host, Glenn Edison, and I'm certainly glad to have you today. And as always, you can see our program on BTC Fiber's YouTube page as well as BTC Fiber's Channel 18. And today we have with us Tara Perry with Tiger Rock Taekwondo. And Tara, it's good to have you.
Thank you. My last name is Keener now that I'm married.
Oh, Keener. Well,
Yes.
Excuse me. I'll change that. I need to change that song. Keener.
Right.
Okay.
Although people that went to high school with me would know me as Tara Perry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. So we'll just say Tara Perry. Keener.
Okay. Yes.
Well, Tara, how long have you been, studying and practicing Taekwondo?
I've been studying it and practicing it for about 25 years now.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes. My husband gave it to me as a Christmas gift, and it's something I've still been doing all this time.
Well.
So, yeah, 25 years later, I'm still doing it.
Well, now, in Taekwondo, is it like in karate where you have different levels?
It sure is. Everybody starts out as a white belt, and then they go on up through all different colors, and as they advance through the colors, they advance in their skills, and eventually, hopefully, they get their black belt.
Well, in Taekwondo, are there competitions that your students can go to?
Yes, there's occasionally competitions, but they're optional. Nobody has to compete, but if they want to do that, that's great.
And how to prepare for a competition, how would a student do that?
They would just come in and just do what they do every day, work really hard in class, have an excellent attitude, always looking to learn more. And if you just train hard and work hard, you'll be ready.
Now, how long have you had I guess you call it a studio here in Dunlap?
I opened up here in 2011. So, yeah, it's been a great journey.
So how many students do you have now?
I have about 50 students.
About 50 students on a regular basis. And I know Taekwondo, like all the other martial arts, it's instead of, I know it's a self-defense, but
Right.
it's a lot of discipline.
It sure is, and that's great for the kids too. They love it, the parents love it, so everybody wins.
So it's something that if you know how to do it and somebody else doesn't, if they were to try to threaten you, you could protect yourself, but you don't want to always use that as walk around knowing that you can do that.
Right, it's nice to know that I have the ability to defend myself, but I always teach the students a thing we call psychological warfare, and we use that as using our mind to get out of the situation instead of our fists.
Uh-huh. Well, that always works better. Less injury.
Right, yes, why get injured?
So you say you have about 50 students now. How often do you have your classes?
We have classes for different levels, but we're open 6 days a week.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Yes, but we're only open 1 to 2 hours a day, but that way everybody gets time to refresh and go back home. On Monday and Wednesday we have beginners class, and on Tuesday and Thursday we have the more advanced classes.
So everybody's with people their own level on those days?
Well, pretty much. We have to make exceptions where schedules are concerned so we can keep families together, and some people just can't arrive at that time. But in general, yes.
Oh, good. And so how, I guess over the 11 years now, how many, can you guesstimate how many students you've served?
Oh my goodness. I couldn't even tell you. It's been a lot, and there's been a lot of great people come through there.
And do you also have classes for adults as well?
Yes, we do. We do a family thing where you can bring your kid and you can come in and work out with them too. And that's mostly our Tuesday and Thursday crowd is the older people.
Uh-huh.
The oldest student was 74 when he got his black belt.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that is. For someone that age, I can't even think about that.
Right.
Well, that's a good thing because not only does it teach, like I said, the discipline, but it gives you agility, and
Yes.
Your body can do a lot more things than it used to.
It sure can. I'm more flexible now than when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So it's been great for me.
And do they do, other than the physical part, do they have to do is there any classwork to learn, or is it all just the physical?
It's mostly just physical. They learn the memorization part as they go, but mostly we just focus on physical.
And what's the youngest student you've had?
I have had 3 and 4-year-olds. Right now I have 6 years old is the youngest. I take that back. There's a 4-year-old that's in there right now, but she's really advanced.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's pretty neat that the younger ones can do that. And of course, I guess they're more agile anyway.
Right, yes. And they got tons of energy.
Yeah, they sure do. They sure do. It's because they don't know that when you get older, it
Right.
wears you out.
Right.
Then, what all goes into becoming an instructor? I know you just can't say, well, I'm going to be an instructor.
Right. Yeah, you have to get some experience in the martial art, and you have to go through several belt colors. And once they reach the rank of purple belt, a purple belt can become an instructor if they test and they can show that they know all the material that we teach to the people who are new. So even kids can get in the instructor program if they try real hard.
Well, do you have other instructors besides yourself helping you?
Absolutely. You know, I can't always make it to work. Sometimes if I'm sick or if I'm on vacation, honey, the other instructors are always happy to come in and teach class.
So how many instructors do you have?
As far as adult instructors, right now there's 3.
3.
Yes, and a whole bunch of teenagers.
So that would keep you busy then anyway.
Yes, yeah, and we have a special class just for the instructors too.
Oh, okay. Do you ever have any classes for like special needs students that might want to try this that maybe don't fit in the normal class?
Well, because we place such value on community, they fit in with the normal class because we just help them out. You know, if I'm busy with one student, somebody else will jump in and help them out. So they're always welcomed into the regular class.
And I'm assuming that they like being with others and that they just fit right in then.
Yes, yes. In fact, they bring a special amount of joy. Most of the special needs students are some of the happiest kids you'd ever meet.
Yes, I agree with you there. Now, if someone wanted to get in touch with you about signing up for classes, how would they do that?
They would just either call or text me, and they can also come inside while we're open during business hours from 4:30 to 5:30 or 5:30 to 6:30, and they can just call or come inside and I'll sign them up. And they get a free trial class if they want to do that first, and if they like it, they can sign up.
Well, now, I know it seems like Taekwondo and karate and all these other mixed martial arts are becoming more popular.
They are.
And
Yeah.
I guess that keeps you busy too, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah. It's always good to have competition. Keeps me on my toes.
Well, now, too, probably I guess you've had some that have come in thinking that Taekwondo was one thing, and then they get in and go, well, wait a minute, it's not what I thought it was, and kind of back out because it's more than they realized.
Yeah, and sometimes it's quite the opposite. They think Taekwondo is something worse than what they imagine, but they go ahead and try it anyway and realize, you know, it's not so bad. But then you also have the crowd that's going to quit the first time they sweat, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's not for everybody.
Right.
And, you know, it's a tough workout, so it's got to be somebody that's really looking for a tough workout. And we do a lot of cardio, flexibility, and then you get the benefit of self-defense on top of that.
Because I imagine, I know with MMA coming on, I guess a lot of people think when they get into martial arts that it's all about the fighting part.
Right.
And that's not necessarily true.
Right. I don't think it is beneficial for the kids to talk about fighting. They know what martial arts is used for. When we do ours, sometimes we describe scenarios of blocking a cheetah as it jumps out on the,
Yeah.
or something like that to keep it light. You know, we're not all about slug your friend or anything like that. You know, we like to see happy kids, so we keep the violence out of it the best we can.
I remember years ago, and he's an adult now, a student I had when he was in 7th grade, he was a karate student. And one day we had a talent contest at school, and he was small, and sometimes he got picked on. And when we had the talent contest, and he was able to sit there and break the wood and do a lot of things, people had a better, different idea of him anymore. He didn't get picked on anymore.
Right. Yes. Breaking wood is a great example. You can test your strength and see how you're doing and how you're progressing. And also, if your friends want to see something, that's a great way to show them. And nobody gets hurt that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe use up a few trees, but we do have rebreakable boards, so they can practice on the boards over and over again. And then when they get to a special event, then they can use real wood to break.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool for a demonstration.
Yeah. And so imagine a lot of the parents, I guess they enjoy it with their children. Do you have a lot of families that are involved? You mentioned you had that program.
Yes. In fact, it's great for big families because after you get to the fourth person, you get one free member in there. So we have a lot of families that do it as a family. You know, you might have everywhere from a 6-year-old to a 45-year-old.
Uh-huh.
So they bond together doing that.
That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. I'm sure you have a lot of fun doing it.
Oh, absolutely. It's great.
And, excuse me. Now you're currently located just down the road, right?
Right.
At next to the Tribune.
That's right.
Yeah, the old shoe store.
Right. Yes. I used to buy shoes in there.
Yeah, I did too. And now, weren't y'all located across the road at one time, or is that?
We were, and then when we were across the road, Mr. Reilly used to run that business, and then when he got ready to retire, I bought him out. And so then after that, we picked up everything, and the students helped me move across the road, and they came and painted the walls and everything to get that place ready.
Well, it looks nice. I've seen it from the outside. I've never been inside, but I've seen it from the outside. It looks nice.
Yeah, they did great. The community really did a lot to help me get that ready too.
So you've had a lot of community support as well?
Absolutely, yes. I've had family support. Students have come in and did some work to make the gym ready, and it just looks so good now. So I appreciate all the help I've gotten to put that together.
Now, excuse me. Well, I'm sorry, my sinuses have been killing me. Before I mention that, you said you had some student instructors as well?
Right.
And I guess they're very helpful at times, aren't they?
Oh, always helpful. You know, if there's one person that's struggling and I'm busy somewhere else, they can always just jump in and they know just what to do. So they're fantastic.
Well, excuse me, I'm sorry.
So,
I guess with the students, do you have high school students as well? I mean, or do you have students from all levels, like elementary, middle school, and high school?
yes, yeah, we even do have a couple of elementary school age instructors, or maybe middle school. They would probably, the youngest would be about 8 years old. At that age, they have limited duties, but as they get older, they can increase in their duties, and when they're an adult, they can take over when I can't be there.
Well, that's good. That's good, and I'm sure they would love that as they go along. They enjoy more and more.
Right. Yeah.
And learn.
Yeah. Especially the 12 to 17-year-old crowd really does enjoy that.
Well, when when you have the younger students as opposed to the older ones, do you do just like certain things, certain moves, and keep it at that till they learn that and then move on, or how does that work?
Yeah, mostly with the younger students, we don't get into much acrobats yet at that age. After all, they did just learn to walk, so we kind of try to keep it simple. And also with their age group, they really respond to play-based learning, where we make it more like a game. They might do a kick or a block, but it's who can kick the highest or who can punch the hardest, so it's always a game for them.
Well, that's good, and of course the elementary students and even middle school, their bones and everything are still growing.
Right.
You know, their muscles are still growing, so it'd be rough if you hurt them early.
That's right. Yeah, that's why we take extra precautions. For example, when little kids break boards, they get a board that's really easy to break, and then as they go older, they get different strengths of board. And then after the age of 45, we go back down on strength support because as we get older, our bone density decreases.
Right, it certainly does.
Right. So yeah, we have different boards for every age.
And it takes us longer to heal.
It does, yes.
Well, I guess that present from your husband was a good present, and you really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a great present. I'm really glad that he did that for me.
Excuse me. Now, how long did it take you before you became an instructor?
I probably, before I became an instructor, was probably about 5 years.
Yeah.
So I trained really hard. I used to drive all the way to Gun Barrel Road and take my classes over there, and went to college, and so it was a good time. And then I had our child Sarah, and after she got old enough, they had opened a place in Dunlap, Mr. Reilly's Tiger Martial Arts, and so we signed up there and been doing it in Dunlap ever since.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad you're here. I know there's some other places. I think it's a karate studio here.
Right.
And there may be some more. I'm not familiar right offhand.
Well, there's some people that have a storefront, and there's some people that just do it as private citizens. So there's several people around that are really good.
And do you look to expand any, or are you happy with the size where you're at, or is it to a point where you could expand in the future?
I'm happy with the way it is. I'd like to keep going just like I'm going now.
Yeah, so you don't get too big.
Right. I can always open up more classes if we get more full, but right now it's really nice to come in, and I'm refreshed when I get there, and I still have enough energy. So, too many hours, I probably wouldn't be as good of an instructor.
Well, and also people need to realize Taekwondo, and as well as all the martial arts, there's more to it, and it actually can wear on you after a while. You have to have your rest.
That's true, you really do. When somebody starts out brand new, it's not time to have that rest moment, but eventually, after a few years of it, you got to take a little time to rest and let your muscles heal. And or even when you're new, if you just barely started and you could come to the first couple of classes and you're aching, it's time to rest a day or 3 sometimes. I've been pretty well rested lately because we've only been doing 1 class a week, so I've actually been working at home and clearing fences for extra exercise.
Well, that's probably a good workout itself.
It sure is, yes.
Well, and I know when I ran in college, I was running 10 miles a day, and they were some days I took Sunday off and only did 6 miles instead of 10. So kind of rested a little bit.
Yeah, I get a lot of rest on Sunday, and I get to rest during the daytime if I choose to. But when I go into work, I try to give it my all. However, sometimes I don't get much exercise because I'll end up talking instead of moving. So once you become an instructor, you have to a lot of times work out on your own.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, because you're too busy working with others to show them how to do things.
Yeah.
Well, now, do you have a website that people can get to, or not?
I have a page on Google and one on Facebook. Taekwondo Dunlap on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Yes.
So they could go there and see things concerning your workouts and things.
Right, they could. If anybody's searching for it, it's Tiger Taekwondo, Taekwondo, and then put Dunlap down.
Oh, okay. Put
Tiger,
Dunlap.
yes. Tiger Taekwondo Dunlap.
All right.
Got to have the Dunlap there because there's other Tiger Taekwondos.
Oh, okay. All right. Make sure of that. Well, is there anything we've left out that you'd like to add to what we've talked about?
No, that's been a lot of good questions. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you. And again, what's the number they can reach you at if they had a question?
It's 423-309-1135.
All right. And that's right here on Rankin Avenue, next to the Tribune office, actually. And again, look for our interview on BTC Fibers YouTube page as well as BTC Fibers Channel 18. So until next time, have a good day. I think we will.
Let me
two things. You spell your first name T-E or T-A?
T-A.
All right. Because I have to make sure I get that. And
Somebody that really knows me must have said my name.
Yeah. And
Yeah, they call me Miss Keener down at Taekwondo.
Keener. K-E-E-N-E-R.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I usually know when somebody's known me from way back when I hear that name Perry.
Yeah. I think I got that off the, I'll have to go back and change that. Now, is it Tiger Rock Taekwondo or just Tiger Taekwondo?
Tiger Taekwondo. We used to be Tiger Rock, but we moved away from affiliating with them.
Oh, okay. All right. Make sure. And then I've done that. Okay. Oh, the camera's still going. I'm going to turn it off.
Sorry, Tiger Rock.
Well, they'll. Hey everybody, this is Glenn Edison from Valley Views. We appreciate you watching our shows, and we would like for you to like, share, and follow us on Facebook, as well as like and subscribe to our YouTube page.
Brought to you by Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, your full-service telecommunications provider right here in the Sequatchie Valley.